You've heard of smashed cinnamon rolls with a cream cheese icing on the griddle? We're throwing that idea out the window. We're stepping up the griddle game with some homemade cinnamon roll pancakes with some cream cheese icing. And to get started, let's make the pancake batter. Flour, sugar, baking powder, salt, and baking soda. Mix together the dry ingredients, move to the side. And now the wet ingredient. Whole fat buttermilk, 1 egg, vanilla, and you just want to beat that together. Now we're going to pour that into the dry ingredients. And we're going to pour that melted butter right inside as well. And we're going to mix this together. Just be careful, don't overmix. Put this to the side while we make our cinnamon filling. Next up, the best thing about the cinnamon roll pancakes is the cinnamon filling. So we have cinnamon, brown sugar, and melted butter. As always, this recipe will be on theflattopteam.com. Highly encourage you to check it out because you have to know this thing is fantastic. Pancake recipe along with a little brown sugar, cinnamon, and butter. And that's what you're looking for right there. To make it easy, Ziploc bag. If you have a pastry bag, absolutely. One last thing I gotta clean later. All right, let's set this inside the house because it's super hot outside for at least like 10-15 minutes so it can set up. Last but not least, my favorite part, the cream cheese icing. You don't even have to have a beater set up for this. Mine's packed up because we're doing kitchen renovations. So we got butter, powdered sugar, vanilla, room temperature cream cheese, and I would say this is hotter than room temperature because we've had it in the sun just for a minute. And all you're gonna do is just mix this together. Truth be told, the consistency was not coming out the way I thought it should, so I did have to go back in there, go through my totes, and finally found my hand mixer, and once we put it on there, it happened right away. So definitely might want to take that opportunity to do it, but that is fantastic cream cheese icing right there. Into a Ziploc bag it goes, because then we can put that over each pancake. All right, we've got the solo turned on. I don't know about you guys, but I'm telling you, it's over like 100 degrees today. And I hate when I bring my butter out and it melts instantly. So I did like a ice bath right here to try to hold on for dear life, but we'll see. Love butter and pancakes. You can use oil, but I'm a butter pancake kind of guy. You guys see that consistency right there? All those bubbles. I kind of broke it right there with the whisk. That's what you're looking for. That's how you create airy, fluffy pancakes. If you make this batter and put it right on the griddle as soon as you make it, it hasn't had time to like levy, right? We're not using yeast. However, that baking soda, baking powder mixed with the buttermilk will create that leveling for you. And that's how you get those pockets and nooks and crannies inside the pancakes. You don't even have to use a cream cheese icing or the cinnamon, but that's how that syrup kind of like creeps in and out. Oh, and I'm like a little crispy edge kind of guy on the pancake, and that helps as well too. So griddle's heating up. Got a little bit more ways to go. I can tell by the hand, you know, one of those old school people. You know. Alrighty, first batch down. Just trying to gauge the temperature right here. It looks pretty good. Notice how we're not burning on the butter. All right, got that cinnamon mixture. It's cooled down. See how thick it is? I'm gonna cut the tip. You don't have to go too big. Just the tip. Get as creative as you want, but we're just gonna take this down. And just like any pancake, you should be able to flip it when you start seeing the bubbles. I would go a little bit longer, and I would caution that. I would go a little bit longer on one side because you do have sugar that you got to deal with. If that pancake accidentally falls into one of those other pancakes, cinnamon sugar goodness, that's part of it. Look at that. Alrighty. So if you want to serve this right away, you can. We're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to have to let them cool a second because that sugar is hot. So see right there? Look at that sugar just. Woo.
Golly. Canned cinnamon rolls don't have nothing on this.
You could even use that right there if you wanted to, that little syrup goodness right there. And this was a stainless steel, so it goes back to griddle maintenance, griddle understanding, griddle temps, all that stuff. Notice how we don't have scorched sugar on the griddle? You don't want that, trust me. So it doesn't matter which one you have, stainless steel, rolled steel, Blackstone, Traeger, Fit Boss, Camp Chef, Halo, Weber.
You got them all?
It's about griddle maintenance, right? Controlling your zones, controlling the temperatures of your griddle, because they're all different.
So this is a recipe you definitely want a good low temperature.
We have a griddle temp chart.
We also have a griddle temp magnet now.
Holler at your boy. All right. All right, with your icing, you just want to cut the tip just like you did that cinnamon swirl. And however you top it, that's completely up to you. These are a little bit warm, so that should melt. So I just added water to the griddle, not necessarily to clean the griddle. However, all that sticky stuff on your spatulas and scrapers, let me show you. Just go ahead and get it on the griddle, get some good steam action going, and get that griddle hot, the spatula hot, and scrape it right on the griddle. And all that sugar comes off a lot easier now when it's hot than in the sink later when it cools. We all know what happens to sugar when it cools. I don't even know how you start digging in. Fall's here.
I know, this is...
Yeah, this is, it feels like fall when it's 102 degrees today. However, and hey, look, if you want to, if you're really going to get down and dirty, then put that cream cheese icing in between each layer. If you don't want to go to the cream cheese icing route, hitch up your maple bourbon. You know, there's a tons of way to do this. The actual base of the pancakes are fantastic. Now, whatever you put in there, you could put chocolate chips, you could put blueberries, whatever, but that cinnamon sugar's on point. So let's dive right in. Big stack of pancakes. And the griddle's clean. Are you sure we don't need no syrup?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we do have a lot stacked up with a little bit of glaze, so I think they're good without syrup. I know. So much better than cinnamon rolls.
That is so... Oh man, those crispy edges because the sugar caramelized.
I know, right?
Taste that bite.
I've been
snacking.
I've been sneaking a lot.
Even with icing? I can tell you have. Another one off over here. Well, I tell you what, good Lord of mercy. I'm typically not a pancake person. Those little nooks and crannies right there. However, when you cook them like this, and I don't know if you can tell, but the edges get kind of like caramelized and stuff from that sugar. Even so much that when we stacked them, they actually stuck together a little bit. So you got to be careful. I'd probably individualize them because while they're hot, that sugar hasn't set up yet, and then you could stack them if you wanted to. That's my fault.
Yep. So that's what happens when you just put them.
That way I can have my little brown water in the morning and the evening now. Look at that. What's a better sight in pancake world? Look at that. Cream cheese and syrup.
That's a dang good pancake recipe.
Golly. You know what? You think, I know you don't like syrup. You think that you wouldn't like it? Here, just try a small bite. See if anybody else out there. Actually, comment below. Tell her, you eat this, I'll tell them what you like.
Oh,
you're
instead of syrup?
Yeah. She likes the lightest dusting of brown sugar and a little bit of butter, and that's it. And I mean light. I mean just light. The texture, she likes a regular pancake, no syrup, very light brown sugar, and a little bit of butter.
Those pancakes are perfect.
Yeah, these are spot on. This won't make it.
We gotta save some for the kids.
No, they can have the broken one. Yeah, imagine layering each one with just like a little swirl of cream cheese icing, then it oozes out of each one. That'll hurt somebody's feelings. The good thing about this, you don't need butter on top. So it's kind of like healthy. Find us on Instagram, find us on Facebook. There's a join button down below. It's a membership program. We thank each and every one of you for taking time for doing so. Last but not least, thanks for watching. Don't forget to press that subscribe button, pound the notification button, share with your friends. Peace. I am not a pancake stack kind of guy. I'd much rather have, I'm not a sweet breakfast fan, but this right here, at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, it hits hard.